Hi everyone, this is Brink. I'm Vice President and Research Fellow with the Aberdeen Group in Boston. And thanks for checking out this short video. They say it takes a big man to admit he was wrong, and for those who know me, I'm a pretty big man. And specifically, I was wrong about some things I've been saying and writing about encryption, in particular about the choice of full disk encryption over file folder encryption for the purpose of protecting sensitive data in use on laptops. So in my role as an analyst, I've been saying these things for many years, at least as far back as September 2009 in a benchmark study I wrote back then called Full Disk Encryption on the Rise. Here's a couple of points from the executive summary of what I wrote at that time. In the strategic decision that enterprises are making between the precision, on the one hand, of file folder encryption, which means encrypting only specific files or folders based on the content and on pre-existing policies, and on the other hand, the brute force of just full disk encryption, encrypting everything on the endpoint, our research was showing that the general trend is towards the simplicity of full disk encryption, and we expect that to continue. In addition, there's a shift towards not relying on the correct decisions and behaviors of individual end users. Our research was actually showing a shift towards not investing the time and effort into developing fine-grained policies to address these complex and constantly changing compliance landscapes. And the best-in-class approach to information security was really about getting to a risk-based as opposed to a regulation-based view of protecting the business. So what's so wrong about any of this, you ask? Well, as a matter of fact, for the most part, what I said back then about full disk encryption has proven to be quite correct. The problem is that what I've been saying about the choice of full disk encryption over file folder encryption is correct in the context of protecting data in use at the endpoints. But when it comes to selecting an encryption solution for data at rest in back-end systems, in this case we're talking about file servers, network storage, cloud-based storage, the actual risks involved are dramatically different. For data at rest on the file servers, network storage, or cloud-based storage, more than 85% of the actual data breach incidents observed were related to either external threats, like hacking, insider threats, misuse, or human error. And this aligns with the very strong adoption of file level encryption for this use case. File level encryption is actively protecting the organization's data whenever these back-end systems are online, available, and accessible, even if unauthorized access to these systems has been achieved by any of these most likely actions. At the same time, the risk of your network accessible storage or storage addressable networks being lost or stolen obviously is not as high as it is for your organization's laptops, tablets, and smartphones. So the lesson, of course, is that the right approach for encryption is to carefully consider what risks you're trying to address and to choose the technologies that are most appropriate to address them. As tempting as it might be simply to use a security technology that has worked for you in one area as the default solution for another, when it comes to security, one size definitely does not fit all. To learn more about encryption for data at rest in back-end systems, read the report or watch the webinar on this important topic. And in the meantime, try to avoid the mistake that I've sometimes made myself, which is to focus too quickly on the technologies before properly thinking through the actual risks.